Hello everybody, it's your boy Ann here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So, Infernal Walker farming is easy, and with Dier it just gets even easier. So let's get right on into the Dier setup you're going to use for bossing / Infernal Walker farming. So let's get right on into it. So let's start off with Dier's modules. So with this immediately right off the bat, the first thing you are going to want to go for is Chill Brand. The mod is so goated that it doesn't even have a description. So that's what we are going to go with. Next up, we go with mid-air maneuvering. Now, with Dier, the main way that Dier will work is you're going to want to focus on her second, third, and fourth ability with this setup. So, you are going to want to first off focus with cooldown, or focus on the cooldown in this build, because you are going to want to go crazy with the cooldown damage. Zane, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate you, my god. Thank you, bro. So we start off with the cooldown on this build. So we're gonna go with focus on chill as well as focus on fusion. So we're gonna go with all of the focus on mods in this instance. So next up, what else does Dier need? Dier needs one health mod and a sword to basically reach her crit rate cap. So we are going to go with one health mod, and that is going to be Stim Accelerant. Then we are going to go with some damage mods, and of course Dier is a crit Descendant, so we're going to go with 3 crit damage mods. And then for bossing, you always want to use Hyper Focus just to basically hammer the point home and do extra damage, which is going to be the main thing. Now with this module slot is completely free, so you guys can choose what you want here. You can either go with something like heat resistance for immunity if you want. You can go with more damage with spear and shield if you want. Or if you're struggling, you can slap a second health mod on for Dier again if you want. This is also where the Ancestor mod will go as well, so I'm going to leave that empty and then come back to that a little bit later. So there you go. With the trigger mod, it's going to be Power Beyond because we want that skill power increase, and that's going to work really well for Dier. So we're going to leave this slot empty for now, and you know, that will allow you to basically come back to it, visit it later, and put what you want inside of it. Next up, let's have a look at the other parts of Dier's build. So with Dier now, let's have a look at her reactor and her weapon. For the weapon real quick, I am going to be using the Hypernova, but if you don't have the Hypernova, you're going to be kind of cooked, because this is like the main weapon I would suggest. Other than the Hypernova, you could technically use almost any weapon as long as it can crit, but it is going to be slower, and that's something you absolutely do need to keep in mind. Hypernova or Deus or something like that is going to be the main gameplay, but I'm sticking with Hypernova. Next up for the reactor, it's going to be chill and fusion for your reactor, and for the substats you are going to want Colossus and crit damage. I have fusion is okay, but crit damage would be a lot better, and it's 7 AM and I can't be bothered farming a reactor. So yeah, there you go, that's what we're going to go with. For the reactor, you definitely want Colossus and you definitely want crit damage. Is going to be the main thing that you are looking for. Next up, let's have a quick look at the external components. So with the external components for Dier, you are going to want to go straight with the big dog, and it's going to be straight with Slayer set. Now for this, you're going to want max HP, MP recovery out of combat, max MP recovery in combat, MP recovery modifier and defense or electric resistance, max shield and shield recovery modifier as well. Doesn't really make a difference. You can go toxic resistance on here as well. This will also work out quite well. Next up, you want HP and defense across every single one of your cores. So this is for best survivability with Dier, because Slayer set does take a little bit of a toll on your health. So that's what we are going to go with over here. Next up, let's have a look at the Arche tuning tree for Dier as well. So with the Arche tuning tree for Dier, it's going to be a little bit of a slightly unconventional tree. We're going to go right, and then we're going to go all the way up to the crit damage. This will also give us duration as well with her, so this is going to work out quite nicely. Next up, we are going to go across here and all the way up to here to chill chain catalyst. This is going to allow you to strip him, of course, and do even more damage when his defenses are down towards chill abilities. So basically you've got that. Cooldown against the same target is 30 seconds, but you'll have 10 seconds of raw unadulterated damage, which is going to be more than what you need. Next up, when it comes to this, you're going to want to go and grab the Colossi nodes over here. and then you're going to want to make your way down to the bottom of the tree, and this is to grab defense neutralization, which will again strip the boss of defense and chill resistance. When you are dealing with a high profile or high resistance and high strength boss, resistance stripping is definitely the way forward, and with Dier, she's definitely got the right nodes on the tree to make this very, very easy. So this is what we are going to go with. So let's have a look at the other part of this build now, which is just the weapons and the inversions. So with the weapons and inversions for Dier now, the main thing is with the Hypernova, we just throw it. That's pretty much it. The Hypernova's unique ability will just allow you to throw it. If you do want to put mods on it, the only thing you need to put is better insight on here, and just a little bit of damage, I guess, if you want. If you were to build this into a chill Hypernova as well, you could use this to do a touch of damage on the boss. But is it necessary? Not really. You can do it though. This is what I've got when using special attacks. You get more movement as well. So nice little movement speed buff off the bat. So this is what I've got on the Hypernova. For the inversions I've gone with is Arche Circulation Tactic, which does allow me to technically replace a Focus on module, so I will get to that shortly. So we're going with Arche Circulation Tactic, which is going to be nice. Then we can also go with max HP for additional survivability, and then you absolutely want the Dier specialized inversion, which is going to give you crit damage with Dier, which is going to help you out significantly for this boss fight. Sendurers, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you, bro. So those will be the inversions that you are going to go with Dier. So let's have a quick look at the Ancestor mod. So with the Ancestor mod for Dier, this is pretty much where it's going to change quite a bit, because we are using the cooldown inversion and the fight doesn't last too long. You can also use power increase and slap that on, oh, wrong one, slap that one on over here, and this will give you more damage, but you've got to be a little bit careful with the cooldown, and I would suggest only doing this after you are used to the fight. Now for the Ancestor mod, ideally you are going to want crit damage as your main stat. This is going to be the unnegotiable stat for damage. Fusion is also going to be the second stat that you want for, again, damage. Other than that, you are going to want element, so chill would work out quite nicely on here as well. Negative health for me isn't a problem, but if you do want to get a negative for Dier, something like that, just make sure it's a harmless one, negative defense or something like that, negative shield, you know how it goes. But with Dier, you definitely want crit damage, fusion, element, so chill, and that's going to be the main thing for her mod. If you do get cooldown on here as well, then you can again slap power increase on, so that's going to be the weapon that you're going to go with. So this is something what I would recommend. I'm not going for any leaderboard times or anything with Dier, but this is pretty much what you would be expecting with this Descendant. Now let's have a quick look at some gameplay with Dier. So let me quickly conjure up the gameplay out of my legendary camera roll. I say camera roll, but it's just my OBS recordings. Right, give me a second. So this is going to show you the gameplay for this. So let me show you guys how you are going to want to play Dier here. As soon as you spawn in, you are going to want to start using your first ability to build up your bar with Dier. Next up, you are going to want to basically align yourself with the boss, throw the Hypernova at him, and then you're going to want to prematurely start charging your 4 ability. You're going to use your third ability, and then your first ability, and then your second ability, and then you're just going to keep spamming your third ability. You're spamming your third and your fourth ability is pretty much where all your DPS is going to be from. And you can see here with just that, I managed to kill Infernal Walker in a nice and swift 18 seconds. So again, I can understand this is going to be kind of cooked when it comes to learning it, because it did take me a while to mess around, learn how to play this and stuff like that as well. So let me quickly run back over this for you in a little bit of a slow motion. I don't know if I can turn the speed down. I can, right? 0.5, that's a little bit slow, but I guess we'll go with 0.5. So when you start the fight, you actually, let me do this all the way from the beginning. Where's my mouse gone? Let's have a look at this all the way from the beginning, just to make it a little bit easier for you guys. So we're going to put it in slow motion. Right off the bat, we start off with Dier's 1, just to build up her first ability, and to build up her bar to allow us to use her other abilities. Once we are here, we wait for the Infernal Walker just to spawn in. So the way or where I like to go specifically is going to be this top corner over here, or just on this little block of crap over here. And with this, then you jump in, you throw the hypernova when the boss is almost done, then you just start charging the fourth ability. Ideally, if you charge the fourth ability a little bit earlier, you can also get more damage. Then you're just going to want to go straight in with the third ability. With the third ability, it is very, very, very important you press and hold and charge this third ability. The same can be said for the fourth ability. It gives extra damage when you charge the third, as an example, so that's going to be a reason for you to do it. Also, just spamming your 2 and spamming your 3, spamming your 1 and 3 is basically going to be all you need to do. And with this as well, this is where I lost my hyper focus buff, but I was doing so much damage, it pretty much just didn't matter. It definitely does take a bit of a learning curve, so yeah, I would suggest that, you know, take your time with this and learn how to play Dier before you go all in. But it is fairly easy once you do get the hang of it, and it took me a little bit too long, I'll definitely admit that. Skill issue on my part. But yeah, you can see here 18 seconds on an Infernal Walker is not too bad. But anyways guys, that's been this video on Infernal Walker farming, or just boss farming with Dier, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please just smash that like button, and if you are new here, please do consider subscribing. I make plenty of videos on the first Descendant, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!